Number 1 says solve, so you have 2/3 of 7. When we have of, that's a multiplication sign, and then we have 7. We can turn 7 into a fraction. Since 7 is a whole number, it's 7 over 1. So when we multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators. 2 times 7, 14. Multiply the denominators. 3 times 1 is 3. Then, to change our improper fraction into a mixed number, 3 goes into 14 4 times, with 2 left over. Our denominator stays the same, 4 and 2/3. 3/8 of 5, again, of means times. 5 is a whole number, so it can be 5 over 1. When we multiply fractions, we start with our numerators. 3 times 5 is 15. 8 times 1 is 8. Again, it's an improper fraction, so 8 goes into 15 one time, with 7 left over. Our denominator stays the same. 4/5 of 12 is times. 12 becomes 12 over 1. 4 times 12 is 48. 5 times 1 is 5. Our improper fraction to a mixed number, 5 goes into 48 9 times, with 3 left over. Denominator is 5, so 9 3/5. Number 2 says write a 6-digit number with a 7 in the thousandths place, a 5 in the hundredths place, a 4 in the tenths place, a 3 in the tens place, and a 9 in all other places. So to start, I would draw 6 lines, just like I drew right here. We put a 7 in the thousands, a 5 in the hundredths, so if this is the thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, here's our decimal point, tenths, hundredths. So we need a 5 in our hundredths, a 4 in our tenths, a 3 in our tens, and then a 9 in everywhere else. So in our hundreds, in our ones place. So now in words, we have 7,000, 900, 39, and for our decimal point, 45 hundredths. Number 3 says a costume designer is using exactly 264 yards of green fabric to make 36 frog costumes. If each costume requires the same amount of fabric, how many yards will be used for each one? So we have 264 divided into 36 costumes. So there is our number model. That equals, we'll say, F for frog. Then we have to actually solve it. So 36 can't go into 2. 36 can't go into 26. So we have to go right into 264, which is 7 times. 36 times 7 is 42. Put the 2 down here. Carry the 4. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 4, 25. Subtract 12 left over. So again, we can take that 12, that's the remainder, and we can divide that again by 36 since we don't want to waste that extra fabric. So our answer is 7 and 12 over 36, or if we want to simplify, 7 and 1/3 yards. Number 4 says Nigel has 2 dogs. One eats 2.5 pounds of food each week. The other eats 1 3/8 pounds each week. Together, how much food does the dog eat in a week? So again, since it says together, we know we're adding. So our number model would be 2 and 1/2 plus 1 and 3/8. So in order to actually solve that, we look here, we have a 2 and an 8. Our denominators are different, so we can't add it. So I can change 1/2 into 4/8. 2 plus 1 is 3. 4/8 plus 3/8 is 7/8. So our answer would be 3 7/8 pounds. Number 5 says explain how you decided what to do with the remainder in problem 3. So again, like we talked about when we did problem 3, when you divide 264 by 36, you get 7 with 12 yards left over. Since we can use that fabric and we can cut it into smaller pieces, you can divide that 12 extra yards evenly among the 36 costumes. Therefore, you can write your remainder as a fraction.